I'm I'm Dr. Hadi Eltonsi, a former ambassador and a freelance medical doctor. Today I'm going to to speak to you about what can be described as a health revolution. It is so simple and so effective, and that's why I will start by telling you how can I change the personality as required in just around 3 hours, without drugs, without effort, without complication, without pain. It is difficult to imagine, and so I will start by telling you the proofs as quickly as possible. First, I got patent on it in 2016 in Egypt by a research including cases and results and testimonies. Also in 2018, it's published in a British Psychology and Psychiatry magazine as a research paper, which means that it passed double-blinded peer reviews of distinguished psychiatrists to prove everything before it's published. Also, it has been presented in 7 international congresses and conferences that I attended mostly as organization committee member to attract participants and keynote speaker. 2 American films were made about it, about me. One, it was experience of the director, and she was telling it. It's called Psychic Psychiatrist. It entered festivals, international film festivals, and the other one in Gala Venice Film Festival in 2017. The director says it was inspired by my skills, and it was a fiction film. Then she made a third one called 1000 Years about her life, telling that the point of change of her life, it was the healing I did for her. It's also there in 15 seminars, 15 TV programs in Egypt, interviews, 5 in radio, apart from the press. The way it is simple. First part, it's dialogue. It takes around 2 hours or more of cognitive behavioral psychotherapy, which is this is nothing new. It is I ask the person mainly about his complaints and wishes, physically and psychologically, to arrive to a common understanding, a common analysis of the case, of course, including the childhood era when the non-conscious is formed. And we agree about the physical and psychological objectives of the treatment. Like that, we are the case is only convinced 5% of its mind. The new thing that I make is that I implant the same, what we agreed of analysis and objectives, into the non-conscious, simply by letting the case lie on a bed, distract, and I sit meters away. I impersonate the case, passing through hypnosis without speaking. And then I send this feeling to the case through transfer of energy and telepathy. So the case becomes in deep sleep. In this case, I impersonate the new character required and send it to the non-conscious, like like a computer receive a program. It's there imprinted, and the person becomes automatically what is required. There is no pain, there is no harm, no complication. The person wakes up in very good state, and it's very good first to prepare leaders of society, because it nullifies all negativities in the character. The person enjoy his positive part, either that he knew about himself or what we discovered during the healing, and have his abundant flexible energy directed outside his psyche. So he becomes a troubleshooter, a person with happiness, with inner peace, efficiency, and maturity. This I make it for everyone, but apart from this, I also treat neurotic disease like depression and anxiety, phobia, and obsessive compulsive neurosis, psychosomatic disorders, so I relieve the psychological part, and also obesity, smoking, and insomnia. In the case of insomnia, I correct the pattern of sleeping of the person with the condition that he accept to take his sleeping pill during the session to help my hypnosis. So if a person was a neurotic person, it will only save him time lost in treatment with medicaments and side effects and loss of contacts and interest, but he will also arrive to the highest possible state of maturity. It means that he will be immune against other crisis, psychological crisis. This is, I don't do it for psychotics, I don't do it for children under 12, because they don't, it's not easy to keep a dialogue with them. I don't do it also for addicts. I can do it for addicts if they are kept in custody, and I do it there, because the problem, if I do it for them and then they go again with the same group taking their drugs, then this is something that is not desirable. Success rate, according to the research paper, it's around 80%. It's so simple. It is. It can make, for example, an excellence center can be made to prepare community leaders, or to make people who are who don't have symptoms in life, but they are not happy because they have some negativities. So I can arrive with their personality to the highest possible grades of maturity, efficiency, inner peace, and also it can be done to save people. There are people in life that they cannot waste time in with neurotic disease and its complications. So they can achieve maturity in just these 3 hours. So it is permanent as long as the person keeps the policies, as all his emotional attention is directed outside the psyche, and he finds himself easily doing that. It contains a wide spectrum of cases. Great majority of people would benefit from something like that, and it's easy, just 3 hours or a bit more, without any risk. So I think something like this should be taken by medicine, because It is really, it's an invention, and there are bases of these things that can prove it in the past. That's few people in history, some prophets and others, could really make what's called the highest possible way of yoga. They bring cosmic energy, upload the desired personality on it, and send it to what's called spiritual mind to download it to the subconscious and make the body, mind, and soul in harmony. This is one base. Another base, you can find it in YouTube if you search Greg Braden healing tumor in 3 minutes, where he shows how in China they are healing tumors this way. I don't heal tumors myself. It's only about psychology or symptoms and disease caused by psychological part. So he says that the American Air Force proved in 1986 that our passion can change the DNA, not only in same place but over distance. So it brings about chemical changes to treat the neurotic disease and other symptoms. He says that something like this should be in textbooks. It should be used to make the life of people easy. But whole careers are built on the denial of that, and of course the interest of some pharmaceutical companies. Anyhow, this is something that's now published internationally and present in journals and conferences. So I hope to serve not only my personal interest, but to serve science and humanity with this discovery. I should say something. It's not used for children under 12 or psychotic. It's not also used for addicts. But apart from this, it is something simple for everybody to benefit from. Thank you.